I'm back. Well, today I'm going to talk about the fallacy amongst Christians that we are not under Moses' law. But, far be it for me to change things. If we are not under Moses' law, if we are not under the Old Testament, which is where we get our hints and some delineation of Moses' law, why are they fighting nudity? Nakedness. Well, that just makes common sense. Well, the Muslims hate nudity. They try to cover up like crazy. So, I don't even know if this is going to be a long one. Am I advocating nudity? No. No, I'm not. You know, I was watching the movie Santa Claus, and he's talking about going on summer vacation, and he says, and besides, you don't want to see this in a Speedo. Well, I kind of feel the same way about me. So, anyway, looking at it from all these perspectives, I'm saying we're under Moses' law and all this teaching that we're not. Why are these preachers who are preaching we're not under Moses' law fighting nudity? And they're saying, well, what does that have to do with Moses? Thou shalt not expose thy neighbor's wife's nakedness, or thy daughter's nakedness, or thy daughter shall not expose thy... What does that mean? Well, I had to look all them words up in Strong's Concordance, and it just, in modern day English, is don't be a peeping Tom. You know, the New Testament says, turn thine eye away from wickedness. Of course, then you get New Testament preachers saying, do everything the government tells you to do. So if the government comes out and says, hey, we're a clothing optional country, I can only laugh at the trauma that would cause. Would it cause a revolt? It might help. Do I want a revolt? No, I kind of like eating, and I like my air conditioning, and I like my refrigerator, and I sure do love watching videos and stuff, but oh my God. The absolute absurdity of where Christianity has gone. And they're sitting there going, oh, this is God's law, and they're like thinking to themselves, I'm immune. Then, of course, they'll go out looking for whoever said that. Who said that? Said what? That I said, if we're not under Moses' law, why are they fighting for? I'm telling you right now that naturally you people are doing Moses' law. You just don't realize it. You know, on the one hand, admitting that you're not under. So you have to make a choice. You have to say to yourselves, we are under Moses' law, but we're just dumb idiots about it. But we can do some things in that direction. We can move in that direction, okay? Or you have to say, we're not under Moses' law, and what the hell is it? I'm not judging anybody anymore. You have to make that choice. You can't keep staying in this ambiguous, gray, murky area. I mean, geez. Why do you want to be in the miry clay? Why do you want to be a part of the miry clay? That's like a land of, that's like limbo. That's like La La Land. That's like, you'll go crazy staying there. Because you always be fighting off people that want you to make a choice. Instead of making a choice and saying, hey, this is the best choice I can make, I'm making this choice. Unless, of course, you want to say, hey, I want to be a part of the miry clay. Fine. Don't project yourself on nobody. Everybody, most people understand that clay don't mix with jack squat nothing, but water does wash out clay. Well, anyway, should people be allowed to go nude? Who am I to judge? You know, it's kind of funny that half the people that say I'm crazy are taking pills for insanity themselves. At what point of logic is there that says that somebody whose mind is screwed up or admits their mind is screwed up, how can they say somebody else's mind is screwed up? Their judgment, everything about them, their whole decision-making process is screwed up. And I guarantee you, if it wasn't screwed up before, if you start taking them pills, that'll screw you up. I mean, you know. It was a good thing, it was a good day when my sister admits to me that they're just things that aren't as important as others. Well, that's true. Setting priorities is probably the first thing you have to do in your life. I mean, you have to set priorities. Well, if you're going to say that your priority is we're not under the law and the prophets, that means that nudity is okay. And for those people that say, well, that would cause a problem for other people, would it cause a problem? You know, the people I know of that are I'm not going to fault them for this. Again, not my job to judge. And they're the Muslims. You know, they cover up people, especially women, really cover them up. You know, they don't want men to be tempted at all. So, you know, in a lot of funny ways, I keep saying, you know, the Muslims follow Moses' law a whole lot better than Christians do, and so, not that I'm lauding Muslims for it. Should people eat pork? God says not to. I was wondering about that. Why is that? Well, you know, one of the funny things we do is we do medical testing on pigs because their genetic code is closer to humans and they have more, a lot of their reactions are much more like humans. Well, here's the problem with something that's genetic code, and this I learned in 10th grade. I was 15 years old, learned this in high school, that the DNA of pigs was close enough to human beings that if they got a disease, we could more readily catch that disease because the disease would be more configured to go after that specific, you know. There's a reason not to eat pork, a good reason. The DNA is too close to human beings, too close. So that's primarily why God told the Israelis, the Israelites, to not eat pork. So basically, eating pork, there is a logical reason behind every rule God gave the Israelites. So it's pretty interesting. It's just fascinating. It's incredible. But anyway, back to nudity. You know, I don't know how to put this. Uh, I personally don't really want somebody to see my body. Maybe it's just freaking vanity or just whatever, but that's my problem. That's why I put little curtains up so I can be a little bit lazy coming from the shower into into my living space here. So, I don't know. I could go on and on and on, and I think this is kind of cathartic. It's an outlet. It helps me keep my mind off my wife. Nevertheless, enough said. Click.